Hey, welcome back to Reddit Regret It, the show where we read gay Reddit's messiest stories, react in real time, and let you be the judge. I'm Jay Theo, and listen, it's summer, the absolute peak of vacation season. People are booking their flights, packing their little bags, and making the absolute worst decisions of their lives. So today, the whole episode has a theme. Vacation chaos. We've got cheating on vacation, we got a breakup at the airport, and we have a debate that's definitely gonna have you guys fighting in the comments. So grab a drink, get comfy, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe because it's gonna be a lot. Okay, let's get into it. So this one, we're calling it, Am I the Asshole for Wanting to Leave My Man Over a Hand Job in Japan? Okay, so he says, me and my boyfriend, both 33, 3 years together, we spent 3 weeks in Japan. A trip we both saved months for. We fly home in 3 days, and that's when he decides to tell me he cheated 11 days ago. Now, sit with the context. While I'm stuck on a long day work call, my man goes to a gay porn shop, the kind with the little private rooms, for his first time. He's in there handling his business, another guy walks in, and they helped each other out. His words, no kissing, no oral, nobody went anywhere, but he says that still counts as cheating. And he comes to me like, I don't want to lose you. I'm so ashamed. I wanted to wait till we got home, but the guilt was like eating me alive. And now this man is asking me, do I say once a cheater, always a cheater, or we're stronger than just one mistake? So, I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm gonna try to keep this concise. So I definitely think the confession, which was voluntary, means something. He definitely came forth and volunteered the information. I know on a vacation, if I was completely monogamous and you are dropping this bomb at me, I would be kind of irritated that you're kind of ruining the last few days of the vacation. Not saying it would have been better for him to let him know when he got home, but now it's like, you cheated on me on vacation. Now I gotta decide if I wanna stay with you, and you're putting me on the spot right now to make that decision. Secondly, now I have to go on this long ass flight back home, and I've been to Japan. The flight was 12 to 14 hours, but if you fly from East Coast, your flight's 19 hours or something like that. So you're on a flight for anywhere from 12 to 20 hours with your man, and you guys are sitting next to each other. And now you kind of have to think about this infidelity situation. So that would irk me just by you doing, have your fun and tell me when we get home. I do want to bring in the ethical non-monogamy angle because y'all know I'm big into ethical non-monogamy. Do I feel like hand jobs are worth breaking up a 3-year relationship and we're in our 30s? Not for me, but then again, I already am not as jealous and I would already have a situation set up where me and my man could do things outside of our relationship, especially on vacation. That's the one thing where it's vacation, go ahead, do your thing. We're in a country, we don't know these people. We'll probably never see most of these people again, especially a foreign country where we don't even speak the language. Girl, go ahead. That would be my energy. But also, I don't like when people are dishonest to me, so I feel like what isn't okay here is first, we don't know if they had it's very clear they didn't have it doesn't seem like they had an ethical non-monogamy setup. And then also, you weren't being honest and you didn't communicate that. If you were like, hey babe, I'm gonna go to this little porn shop, but I've never had a little situation. If something happens there, are you cool? You didn't bring any of that up. And it's clearly something you wanted to do. You clearly were out that day being I'm down for the cause. You just don't end up at a porn shop hand jobbing someone just out of nowhere. So you definitely were on a mission of some sort. You wanted some male sexual attention that day. So that's my thought there. And then lastly, he was dishonest to you. He did something was deemed sexual, with another person. So it's definitely cheating, but I feel like it's more so for you to determine that. And if he feels so bad about it cheating, is he trying to say if you did that, he would definitely see you as a cheater? I'm just trying to understand why he's so quick to be it's definitely cheating. I don't think you're the asshole in my book for if you decided to leave your man for this. I just think that's just your boundary, and your boundary wasn't met. If you just don't allow any type of outside energy outside of your relationship when it comes to, each other sexually, I think that's a valid boundary. And honestly, I think a valid boundary could just be the fact that he was dishonest to you. That could also be a boundary that you just would want to leave your man for. I think 3 years though, being a gay man and you're in your 30s, I'm sure you guys must have some connections. You guys met at 30, which I think when you meet somebody when you're a little older in your 30s, I think you kind of have more of a stance of like who you're looking for. So I don't know if I would just throw away immediately, but I definitely don't think you're this person the asshole. So what do you guys think? What would you do? Is it A, once a cheater, always a cheater, pack up the bags, we're done? Is it B, it was hands only, he confessed, like, so honestly, you'll work through it? Or is it C, the hand job, it just isn't even an issue at all, it is what it is? It's that he sat on the trip and like didn't tell you till 11 days after, that's really the issue. So drop your answer below, A, B, C, or D. Let me know your thoughts. I definitely want to hear. And if you agree with me, like I said, I definitely don't think he's an asshole, but just curious to know what you guys think. Okay, so on to the next one. So this one's titled, Am I the asshole for going on vacation with a bunch of guy friends while I'm in a relationship? So he says, my boyfriend is against me going on this trip and he's upset about it. The trip's with my friends, they're straight, they all obviously know I have a man. Unlike my boyfriend, I actually have a big group of straight friends. Kind of like, is that like a dig? And honestly, I just want to get messed up in a hotel for 4 days. I'm not attracted to any of them, they're my friends, that's it. I'm also taking a separate 1-week vacation with my boyfriend right after this one, so it's not like I'm ditching him to go live it up. I'm going on 2 trips, he's just not okay with the one he's not on. Is the boyfriend being controlling, or does the boyfriend have a point, get messed up in a hotel for 4 days with a group of guys? So first off, I hate people that are controlling. I hate people that don't let people have energy with their friends. So I am a little biased here on my thoughts. I definitely think you should be able to go on a trip with your friends and not have to bring your partner. And if you're a gay guy, I know for me, a lot of trips that I go on, I do have girlfriends that I travel the world with. So it can be either or. Sometimes I go on trips with girls, and then I do have a group of gay guy friends where it's exclusively when we go, it's nothing but guys because we know what type of time we're gonna be on. We're gonna be going to gay shit. So that's my thought there. But I don't like that he did say like, I wanna just be able to get messed up and tore up and like, it's kind of just like you're just gonna do whatever you want. And I feel like drinking, and all types of extracurriculars can have you in like a different mindset. But the one thing about drinking particularly, and I know people can say what they want to say about other recreational like drugs and stuff, drinking really makes you like a different person. Like, or not a different person, but you really don't know what you're doing. When you black out, you're drunk or you brown out, or you're just really intoxicated, you just do things you just typically wouldn't do. And honestly, you saying that the guys are straight does nothing for me. Like, we all know that straight guys be straight curious, bi-curious. Like, if you go on Sniffies right now, there's probably like 10 guys posting about how their wife's out of town and they're looking for a gay encounter or they want to explore. I remember the other day I was on an app and the guy messaged me and was just like, you're gonna turn me gay. And I'm like, are you not? Like, this is a gay app. Like, it just kills me how many straight, curious guys are out there. We all know how the straight guys get down, and a lot of them be, one little gay moment away from a makeout session or from, some head. So that's my thoughts there. But I also think that you are going on a trip with him for 4 days, so I don't think you're abandoning him. I think like you are showing that you care about the relationship. One thing I don't like though, and maybe I'm reading too into it, when the guy was like, oh, like it's not his fault, he has straight friends and his partner doesn't. I don't like how he was trying to diss his partner, and I don't know if that's like an insecurity his partner has about him having more friends than him, which I think is kind of messed up, but maybe the boyfriend could also be jealous. Basically that he doesn't have the social life that his partner has, which that can bring on its own, like, I don't want you to go, which also makes me feel like you could be his partner could be controlling. So I don't like that. So I mean, there's a couple things going on here, but him saying, unlike him, I have a lot of friends, just kind of sounds like there is some like insecurity going on or some jealousy maybe with the partner. And lastly, I feel like at the end of the day, and I always will believe this, I don't think a relationship should cost you friends. I think you should be able to turn up with your boys and turn up and have a good time. What if it was like a bachelor party? It's just gonna be boys there, they're gonna turn up and have a good time. So I don't think a relationship should ever be the reason why you don't do something. But I feel like if this is a concern, has there been past trust issues? Have you slept with somebody before in a friend group? Has one of your straight friends tried something? We've all seen Noah's Ark. You remember Alex's, oh, what was Alex's man's name? What was that boy's name? No, Trey was Alex's partner. What was the boy's name? Who actually in LA, he used to go to this pool party all the time, actual actor. I used to see him all the time. He's fine in real life too. But yeah, I just thought that was so funny because, you know, a straight man, they may try to scoop up and take your man. You never know. but at the end of the day, I don't think that relationships should be the reason you don't turn it with your friends. But both can be true. You can want to honor your relationship and just still feel some type of way that your partner is hanging out with a bunch of guys. But if he has there's no trust issues or no past issues, I think that this person is reaching. So, what are your thoughts? Is it A, not the asshole, he's got a couple trips booked, the boyfriend's coming, like he's really honoring his boyfriend already? B, not the asshole, but let me get wasted with a group of dudes for 4 days is a choice of words that I feel like can make anybody uneasy. So do y'all think just him saying that was like not the right way to put it? Or C, actually, yes, he is the asshole. Something about the energy is off. So let me know what you guys think. For the most part, I'm saying this person isn't the asshole and that he should be able to party and live it up with his boys. But if he's had a past experience of being untrustworthy, or if his straight boys have tried something in the past, then I don't know if I agree with that. And also, I don't like that the OP is basically saying like his partner doesn't have friends, kind of like he wouldn't get it, or like, I don't know, I don't like that. That came off messy. So that's the only thing I don't agree with. But let me know what you guys think, A, B, or C here. Okay, so I feel like this last one's gonna end on a high note because this man got dumped at the airport over a single sentence. So it's titled, Am I the Asshole for My Comment? And let's find out. Okay, so it's his birthday trip. He's 36, his boyfriend's 53, 2 years together. Last night of vacation, he drinks a Red Bull, and now, surprise, he can't sleep. Boyfriend, meanwhile, is out cold and snoring in like 2 minutes. Couple hours later, the poster's legs are hurting, so he wakes his man up, like, hey, can I take some of your leg medicine? And the boyfriend, half asleep, goes, yeah, check my travel bag. So he goes digging in the front pocket, grabs the leg medicine, and right next to it, Viagra. He clocks it, doesn't say anything, doesn't even mind it, just, files it away. Fast forward to morning, he's telling his man about his rough night and he drops the line, glad I didn't take the other medicine, just a little joke. Cheeky, right? Wrong. The man's whole face changes, won't look at him, and then gets mean. Starts going off about how certain smells turn him off, and right at the poster who says he douches like crazy, is always careful, always checking, so this wasn't a fact. This was a man reaching for the cruelest thing he could find. And the poster's actually being sweet about it. In the shower, he goes, hey, I was just worried. You told me you had heart issues years ago. I just want you to be okay, genuinely caring. Doesn't matter. Boyfriend goes silent through breakfast. They head to the airport. Their flight gets delayed. He puts his headphones in and walks behind him. And when the poster goes, do you just want to spend the day apart? The man snaps, says you shouldn't go through rifling through my stuff. I have a right to privacy. You're childish. You have no decorum. Grabs his bag and goes, you've made your choice, and breaks it with him on the spot. Then he leaves him alone at the airport 8 hours before their flight over Viagra. And he's asking us, did I really deserve that? So, okay. I have this motto when it comes to dating where we just shouldn't be taking life too seriously. So I feel like for me, I could not date a man that gets this upset about this. Especially when you're 53, sir, I would expect you to be taking Viagra, and the dude you're dating is 36. Like, people around that age take erectile dysfunction medicine too, so it's not like you're talking to some 21-year-old that's like, oh my God, why do you have to use that? He's gonna be almost, if not already using it as well. So I think the boyfriend's dragging it, like it's not that deep. I get that, like, you don't want somebody like going through your things, but the punishment does not fit the crime. You said he could go through your bag to get the medicine. If you didn't want him to find the Viagra at all, then you shouldn't have him going through your bag. I get you were half asleep, or you shouldn't just have it in your bag. If it makes you that insecure and self-conscious about you having Viagra, like you shouldn't have had it even accessible. And also, it's like his birthday trip. I think that's wild that you are abandoning your partner on the birthday trip and you're at the airport. That's when you want to break up. Like, that's wild. So I think the thing that makes it a little bit more of an issue is that if he's had heart problems already, he probably must feel like a little insecure, and maybe he really was trying to hide that Viagra from you because he wants to use Viagra but knows he has heart problems. Now you're gonna be clocking his heart problems the entire time. Like, I get how he probably just is very annoyed that now he has to deal with that aspect of it too. Though you're trying to protect his health, especially with somebody older, like a 53-year-old man. Like, and that's one reason why I don't like dating. I don't like having that much of an age gap because, like, men at that age are just so stuck in their ways, they cannot even see the other side of what you're trying to do, which is trying to help him. He's just so stuck on the fact that probably, like, now I gotta sit up here and, like, defend me using it even though I have heart problems and you weren't supposed to know about it. And I do think the joke was innocent, but clearly he has, like, deep-rooted feelings about him using it. I'm not even gonna speak too much on the smell part because I think that's just childish, and you're with him for how many years did it say they were together? 2 years? 2 years, and now all of a sudden it bothers you, which, okay, but I just know how it is when you're a bottom, so I'm not even about to sit here and play these games. Should have broke with him a long time ago. And also him going silent and him having attitude, I'm pretty sure this wasn't the first time. He probably acts like this all the time. I feel like anybody's being immature or childish, to me, it is the 53-year-old man. And lastly, my final thoughts on this, I feel like you're dodging a bullet. I also feel like gays, we can date whoever we want. But I think, understand when you're dating somebody who's almost 20 years older than you, what the dynamic can be like and what their insecurities can be, and how they will handle situations. I'm not saying all older men act like that, but just understand that there is a dynamic when you're younger and there's gonna be insecurities based off things like this. So that would just be my thoughts on that in general. And I just think 20 years is a lot. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I'm not saying I've never went on a date with somebody who was like 20 years older. I've definitely done it. Never came of anything and never got more than one date. But even when I've messed around with guys that are older, they always try to be preachy, or they always try to, like, it's something always about it that I don't like when they're, like, significantly older. And did you deserve this? No. Did you dodge a bullet? Yeah, I think so. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. A, not the asshole, harmless joke. He, like, blew it way out of proportion, and he honestly was just speaking to his own insecurities within the relationship. B, tiny bit, you are the asshole. Like, you poked the joke at a sensitive man's ego, and you've been with him for 2 years. You can probably anticipate what was gonna happen or how upset he was gonna get, which that's also fair, you know. But the breakup is still, like, insane. It's wild. Like, so B is kind of like, yes, you kind of are the asshole, but his response was crazy, which I agree with that. Or C, forget the joke. The silent treatment clearly must be a pattern. He must do this all the time. And also, he's acting very immature. So at the end of the day, not the asshole. You dodged a bullet. So, yeah. So this wraps up our episode. Let me know what you guys think. I definitely think vacations can get crazy with your partner or partners or with other people. I definitely think there's always a story to tell. I, for the most part, don't really think anybody here was too much of an asshole. And I think people need to, like, really check their securities at the door and also try not to be so controlling within their relationship. Okay, so that's the episode. 3 stories, 3 disasters, and honestly, a whole lot of regret, just none of it from me. If you had a take on any of these stories, please drop it in the comments. I love to discuss with you guys, and I honestly just do want to hear what your thoughts would be on some of these situations, because it kind of shapes me to know, like, who my audience is. But I'm also just curious, like, what would you do? Oh, and if you guys want to share your own story, please be sure to drop it in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram. Or I'm always open, or on TikTok, I'm always open to sharing actual stories from my audience, which I think is kind of always connects the dots a little bit more and bring it a little bit closer to home. And lastly, so if you're rocking with Reddit Regret It, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, all of the things, and I will make sure to catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay shining, and maybe don't cheat on your boyfriend on vacation. Just saying.